Okay, so Daytona just got done. Did you think you were going to podium this early in the season?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Not really. I mean, oh, wait, my seatbelt on. So, we're just getting on the road, so it's okay. Yeah, so podiumed at Daytona. I didn't think I was going to podium this early in the season. I didn't really think I was going to podium this season. So, I mean, we came into it, we got 2 fourths, and then messed up a little bit at the Triple Crown, and then, yeah, we got 3rd at Daytona. Kind of went past my expectations, and Daytona was a good track for me, though. I knew I was going to like it. It was more of a high-speed, closer to outdoor type track, and I noticed a lot in the races, too. Just in the main event, like, the track is rough and people make a lot of mistakes, so I knew if I needed intensity if I was going to get on the podium. So having intensity and hitting the same line every lap was going to get you on the podium, and that's what we were able to do. So we were able to get on the podium.
At what point in the day did you know you're getting on the podium? Or at least feel the vibe of, like, it's going to happen? What point in the day? It could have happened at night, in the morning, day before.
I'd say about, like, I don't know, after qualifying, I was, like, looking at the times. People always lay down one fast time, and then, like, their other time. That's what I kind of look at, because they'll try to lay down 2 times, but, like, really, I mean, you can lay down a heater, but they're not going to do that for the whole race. Like, that's just not realistic. So if you can try and lay down, I'm not really great at laying down just one solid lap. I'm more of, like, a moto guy. Like, in the race, I'll start laying down fast laps. But, yeah, so, I mean, after qualifying, I kind of, I looked at the times. After the heat race is when I looked at the times, and I was like, there's a good chance, like, I can podium tonight. Like, it's going to be, 3rd place is kind of open to anybody. 1st and 2nd were pretty clear who's there. But, I mean, Nate ended up falling the first lap, so that kind of took him out of that position. And then, I mean, Smith was behind me. There was a lot of fast guys, but I knew since probably after the heat race that I had a chance to podium, and then I didn't get a great start in the main event. I was 13th around the turn, and then I just started taking away, just set spots, made my way about 7th the first lap, and just kept pushing forward, and made my way up to 4th, and all I had to do was get around Martin to get into 3rd, and just sent it to the right of Martin. He tried to stick it on the inside, but I just held my ground and was able to come away with 3rd. And then what I noticed passing all these people on the track, like the whole race, was that everybody wants to make big mistakes. Like, they'll try to go 3 on and they'll just slide out the turn and then not even hit the 3 on. And if you could just wait and be patient right behind them, you could see that type of stuff. So when I was behind those guys, I'd just wait a second, they'd make a mistake, I'd hit the 3 on 4, and I'd go right by them. So there's just a few things where you kind of have to have some good skill to ride that track. And I feel like a couple of the people that were in front of me was lacking that a little bit, so I was able to get around them. Once I got into 3rd, I seen Schmitty actually passed me, and I was like, I gotta pass him back if I think I'm getting on the podium, because Schmitty's fast. He's a podium guy. So I was able to get right back by him, and I just started charging as hard as I could, and opened up like a 10-second gap on 4th, and just kind of rode smooth, was laying down good lap times, and then by the end I still had a good gap and just rode it in for 3rd. So yeah.
So what would that to the last, I don't know, 5-6 laps, at some point you got into 3rd and you could hear the crowd.
Oh yeah,
the crowd was like cheering as you're like coming through.
Yeah.
Like, how was that? Did you get tired, or were you just amped on the crowd's vibe?
No, I mean, you hear the crowd and stuff. It's it's sick. Like, Daytona was gnarly. Like, every time I'd go down that long one, and then there's like the other short one that goes along the crowd, every lap you'd hear horns and people just yelling as loud as they could. And it's sweet. I mean, your body doesn't get less tired just because of the fans. So, I mean, you still do get a little winded, especially on that track. It was a gnarly track. That's not an easy track for anyone, so you kind of have to be a man to ride that track, and I kind of had to persuade that and send it. So I did get a little bit winded, but not really bad. It wasn't like where I can't control it. It was I was still able to push as hard as I could, and that's what we trained for. So yeah.
Did you have any close calls?
No, I didn't have one. I had a close call at Houston. And the whoops. After the whoops, my foot came off. And then what was the next one?
There was Houston, then
Tampa. Tampa. I had another close one in the whoops.
Yeah.
And then at Arlington, let me think. Arlington, did I get sketchy at all at Arlington in the main? Oh yeah, I crashed in the whoops.
Yeah.
The whoops, dude. 3 times I've made mistakes in the whoops. And this is the first race where I didn't make one mistake. It was a perfect race for me, and was able to capitalize on people's mistakes and make my way to third. So, it's a good race for me.
Do you feel like the faster tracks suit you? This faster, like, outdoor style track?
Yeah, that's that Daytona track. I knew it was a track where you just send it, right? You just whoever wants to send it the hardest is gonna get on the podium. So that's what we did. We sent it hard, and that track I knew was gonna be my best chance to get my first podium. So, and I feel like now that we got that first one out of the way, it might be like now I know myself. Like, I want to keep podiuming. I don't even know if it's a word. But yeah, I want to know that I want to keep getting on the podium. Obviously, we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves because that's not what we're here to do this year. So, yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to keep getting on the podium like that. It's super exciting. But just keep riding up with those guys, riding in third, having to push that hard is definitely making me excel in my speed and get faster, better strength. And I'm still growing more, so I'll keep getting better. And yeah, I'm excited for outdoors now because I feel like an outdoor track I'm gonna be good at during outdoors. Like, definitely better than last year. Last year when I did the 2 outdoor nationals, I wasn't as big. I was a little smaller. Endurance wasn't as good, and just didn't have the riding technique that I know now. Like, I know a few things, and well, actually one of the things clicked for me at Minios is like just laying into the corners and how to do it early. That type of stuff just clicks out of nowhere and you get it. So yeah, I was able to, I mean, it obviously doesn't just click out of nowhere. Like, it just takes time, you learning stuff, and it really clicked for me at Minios, just my corner speed. And yeah, so if we can relay that to outdoors, we're gonna have a good outdoor season as well.
Okay, one last question here. What's your goals for the rest of the season now you're third in the points?
I'm gonna keep trying to stay in the top 3 in the points. I mean, Smitty's 2 points behind me, so they're close. But if I just keep doing what I'm doing and stay focused, I think that's my goal is to try and stay up there. But I mean, throughout the rest of the season, I kind of ticked off my goals of getting on the podium and top 5ing, so might have to go back to the goal board and rewrite them. But yeah, so we've already marked off. I mean, two of my goals on there were to get a top 5 within the first 3 races, and I top 5 2 of the first 3. And then you get a podium was another goal by the end of the season. Get a podium. So I was able to get a podium 4th round, and now we have 5 rounds left. So
what's left?
5 rounds.
What's left on the goal sheet?
Oh, I don't have anything else. I gotta write.
Sure?
No, I swear.
Well, what's left? What haven't you done?
Won a race. But I don't have that on my goals because I didn't think I'd be there. Have a chance to do that this year.
There's a chance.
Yes, there is a chance.
And there's even a chance, I ain't gonna say it because that's not our point, is your points are, you're in the fight. And I didn't say this. This is a Jason Wygant line. He said, you realize Hayden's in the championship fight, right? And I'm like, yeah, I haven't really thought about that too much, but, you know, yeah, I guess.
It's weird to me though when I'm out there. I'm not like in a position where Nate is or like Smith, where I'm like going for people's necks because I want to win a championship. I'm out there just riding to go faster. I'm not out there to when I go ride, I'm not thinking, oh, dumb, I want to win the championship. I need to stuff this guy. That's just not even the way. Like, it's so much different for me when I'm out there, I think, than from a lot of these guys. Because it's my first year, and no one gave me an expectation to go try and win a championship my first year. Because I don't. Who's done that?
I don't know.
Carmichael? Oh, yeah. I jumped that last time.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm sure Stewart, Carmichael, those dudes did it. I don't know. I can't totally remember.
Who knows? But yeah, championship your first year now, with how stacked the field is it's quite gnarly. So, yeah, I mean, I'm in a good spot in the points, but we just got to keep focusing on ticking off rounds and being smooth and smart. And I mean, wherever we end up at this year is where we end up, but years to come, we're going to want to win championships. So, but for now, we're just going to keep taking these races off.
Yeah, it's a good spot to be in, and I feel like that's the pressure this year. It's not really any pressure, man. It's just riding and learning, and I'd say.
1.8 miles. Turn right into the parking lot.
Alright, hang on, sorry. We got this is as real as it gets. So we're driving to an appointment and our maps are messing with us, so hang on. Yeah, I feel like the pressure is really not on this year. It's really just learning year. But how do you feel like, did you feel like you were gonna be this consistent? Because honestly, you've only messed up one moto. Like one moto, and it was you just messed up the turn before. You rushed it in a turn, you spun, you got loose, but you've learned about that now, and you got loose and you tried to hit the whoops and it bit you. But just being in a rush, right? Not just hitting the berm, getting speed.
I am glad though my mistake that I made this early was, yeah, you just straight. The mistake I made this early was in a Triple Crown. Because I still could get, like, these guys that, like, make a big mistake and they finish, like, 15th. Or, dude, like, Vial or Mosman, they crashed and they finished last. Like, that stuff will bites you in the points hard. Where at the Triple Crown, when I fell, I was in 15th, and then I was able to go 5-4. So I still was deep. I still finished 8th overall, which isn't, like, horrible. So, yeah, that's why in these long races, you got to be smart, because it's really easy to make a dumb mistake and then you're in the back.
Yeah. No, I feel like you've been one of the most consistent riders, obviously, besides Lawrence. And Anstey.
Anstey's been consistent besides when him and Hunter took each other out.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed, to be honest. But, yeah. It's been a good roll so far, only 4 races, and just think how much you've learned. Like, if you didn't do this and you just went to outdoors, I mean, now you feel like you should be racing with those guys. You know Martin's going to be good outdoors, and you're already in your head are like, dude, that's the guys I race with.
These guys I beat.
Yeah, so it's good. I mean, and those dudes will be ripping, so, I mean, I think it all has worked out really well. And, yeah, just keep it moving. Just keep rolling with the no pressure mentality, and just keep learning, man. So, it's good.